I'm going to try this one more time. Third time's a charm, they say. Hi, welcome to More Than This with Damaris. Oh, little man is fine. He's over on the couch with Presley, and the knocking noise you hear now is my little King Charles mix. He's old dude. He's blind and deaf, so he's just scratching. He's fine. I guess about 2 months or a little more, maybe not. I don't know. I told a couple of friends that I just feel like we're fixing to have another mass exit. And I didn't see it being because of any kind of thing like COVID or anything. It was just people were going to exit. However, they are going to exit, they're exiting. And I just want y'all to know I am not trying to be the bearer of bad news. It's part of our process. And oh, excuse me, I'm trying to get up on these new bar stools I got. They're really cute, but they're not that comfortable. Sometimes we sacrifice comfort for cuteness, I guess. um, it's already started. I've seen people posting on Facebook and, locally. We've had a few pass recently, and, in the news. So just be ready, and y'all need to remember to keep your vibrations high, and also remember that this is a part of life. This is our process. We come here, we try to get our lives right, and then when it's our time to move, we move. And it may not be the prettiest way we do it, and it may be very peaceful how we do it. And if it's somebody in your family or a friend or someone, a friend of a friend, or whatever the case may be, hugs to you. It's not easy when your person leaves this world. It leaves a part of us empty, and that's okay. That's part of our journey too, is to experience that. I remember my grandmother lived to be 101, and one of the things she would say about getting old was the hardest part about getting old is watching everybody you ever knew and loved die. And I would say, they didn't die, they just moved on. And when it came time for her, she was ready and understood it. And I even, she was deaf. Oh Lord, she was so fucking deaf. Excuse my language. She was so deaf. Entertainment purposes only. I'm sorry, I slipped. She was very deaf, so she could speak, but I'd have to write to her, and I'd ask her to, when it's your time to cross over, you're going to come back and visit. And she's like, honey, how are you going to know the difference between me and the rest of your ghosts? And it's like, because I'll know you. And sure enough, she leaves me dimes. I don't carry change in my pocket, but I'll find one in the laundry, or I'll find one in my pocket, or I'll find it on the ground, or on the floor in the living room or kitchen or wherever. So she leaves me dimes, and ironically enough, it's days that I need to hear from her. So they're around us, though we can't sit there and have conversations and everything. Just don't ever forget to tell the ones you love them. And I hope it doesn't happen to you, but I do see it happening, and it's already starting. So, that's, I think it was Sterling who said, people who pass away or pass over, or however you want to put it, in a plane crash. That is a sole agreement between all of y'all to cross over in that kind of situation. Unfortunately, sensitive as it is, even mass shootings are, it is in that sole agreement. And we don't understand sometimes the suffering people go through before they do, and then some don't suffer at all. One of the buddies here in town, of a bunch of us, went to go spend Thanksgiving with his dad and had a major stroke. And he was only about a year or two older than me, maybe. Well, I know he's about a year older than me for sure. And it's just one of those things that, kind of prepare. It's not going to be, it's going to be different than COVID or the whatever coronavirus or however it's supposed to be said. Because it's not going to be just one thing that does it. It's going to be a lot of different things that sends our folks to the other side. And it's part of our plan because they're going over there preparing for us. And we need to remember to keep our vibrations high, that we need to always honor them in every way we can. Some of them are lessons, unfortunately and sadly. And Lord, I cried so much about that one. Was the Uvalde shootings of all these kids and the 2 teachers. But it's hard to explain to somebody that has not had any kind of spiritual experiences, training, learnings, that this was an agreement. And it's like, well, they're children. They didn't have a choice. It's like, well, they chose before they came here. And we all did. We all chose before we came here. The one debate is, when it's your time to exit, do you have a set date? From my experience, my sister died of cancer. And she had 3 to 6 months to live. And she passed at her home. And she was, my mom was there, my dad, and her husband and her kids. They were kids at the time. And my mother's birthday was New Year's Day. And my sister held on for 2 days after my mom's birthday because she did not want that to be the memory my mother always had on her birthday. So I know we can kind of choose to prolong it, sometimes go a little sooner, depending. So I believe there is kind of a window, but as the old saying, you ain't getting out of here alive, but you do. In fact, you go over there and you'll really live. That's when the beauty part comes in. We're just here in a big old school trying to learn our lessons and do what we can. And sometimes we see people that we go, God, they have done nothing with themselves in this lifetime. And yeah, and that's our judgment. But maybe that was their lesson. Maybe that was their lesson to teach somebody else, or their lesson to try to improve on. And we don't know. I don't know all that. People who choose to off the planet, they don't go to hell. Bible doesn't say anything about it. That was a man-made thing. You're going to hell if you, that's a whole made up deal. And though it is very painful to experience and live through, and so hard to understand that somebody would want to do that, I have read people who've accidentally done it, And then there's people who chose to exit when they did. And they, if if you believe in God and you truly believe in a merciful God instead of the angry, judgmental, you're going to hell if you don't do everything I say and walk my path straight and narrow, then you know that there's different layers of the other side and different vibrational levels and stuff. So they just go over there and they go through the life review. They see what pain they caused by doing it, just like we're all going to go and see what joys and pains we've caused. And then we go back to school and get ready for our next trek over. So the ones that are leaving now, they're going to prepare for us to come over when it's our time. And you just got to keep those vibrationals high. And we're getting into that season where, and not to mention, right now emotions are kind of weird. I've noticed that people are getting sad about stuff, or they're just feeling anxiety. I remember, I guess it was about 3-4 days ago, I just felt like all of a sudden this dread. And then I stopped and thought, why are you feeling dread? It could be something really exciting fixing to happen. And I was telling myself, and I don't know if it was me telling myself or if it was my guide sitting there going, it's not a dreadful thing. It's just something that's going to happen. So don't always look at this anxious, weird feeling as dread. And it could possibly be, I hadn't even checked my lottery number yet. But let's not go straight to the negative on stuff. Keep your vibrations high. Keep your love high. Keep your mercy high, your compassion, your forgiveness. And it is so important before we sit there and exit this world that we have forgiven all that have done us wrong or we think have done us wrong. And it's also extremely important to forgive yourself. Because just because somebody's done us wrong doesn't mean we haven't screwed up in our life to sit there and maybe hurt somebody, or there might have been something we could have done better, or we could have, the friend in need, we could have dropped everything and helped. There's always something, but we need to forgive ourselves. We can't be harsh on ourselves. Please keep them vibrations high. And I hope y'all don't experience any of this. But if you do, don't forget, there's no time over there for, they don't wait on us. To them, it could be a few seconds before we show up. And to us, it might be a lifetime before we exit to go be with them. But they're fine. They're fine. We're the ones who have to navigate this bundlesome, bulky, gravitationally pulled body and full of emotions, and we're the ones who have to sit here and watch the injustices on the planet and hope and pray. And so keep them vibrations high and stay out of the negative zone. Don't let the news discourage you. Don't start getting into that fear factor. Oh, please don't. Do not feed into the fear. There's always somebody who's trying to start a new conspiracy theory. And you just got to go meditate. Go meditate. Go do something fun. Go love your animal. Go for a walk. Go build a snowman if y'all are in a snowy place. It's about 50, maybe 48, 50 degrees here, but it's kind of a overcasty, damp feeling day, so I'm going to bundle up because today's Thursday. And just take care of yourselves. we may not know the moment it happens. We may not, it didn't always have to be a car wreck, God forbid, or a plane crash, God forbid, or we can just go to bed and not wake up. Wouldn't that be the nice part? That would be great. But prepare. I don't mean live to die. I don't mean live every day as you're preparing for death. But we're going to have to live every day like it is a brand new day, a brand new chance, and we want to make sure when that time comes and we do cross over, when it is our chance to get over there, that we have a pretty easy passage, and that all those life lesson, life review we go through, it's not going to be that harsh. Hopefully we'll see that we've done better in this time. Maybe we haven't done enough, but maybe it is. I don't know. So forgive the ones that have crossed you. Forgive yourself. Love, mercy, light. Keep your vibrations high. Stay away from negativity. And when I say it's another mass exit, I just don't see it being as bad as it was during 2021, 20/21. It's something else. It's some other reason, and I haven't figured it out other than they're preparing. They're going over there and getting ready because we're fixing to go up another level here pretty soon. Today, I've seen 1111 and 111. Back 10 years ago or so, when I started seeing the number, it was always 444. Always 444. Getting ready to go to work, 444. In my vehicle, 444. You know, just everything, 444. Somebody called, 444. Talking about something, just happened to look at the clock. And then I started graduating into, like 222s and 333. And now, more so, I'm starting to see 1111, 111, 555s. So I'm seeing these numbers come up a lot more often. I'm not into numerology in a way of saying that when I say I'm not into numerology, it means I don't study it. So I'm not sure what it's telling us, but it's telling us something. I'm going to pull a card for us. This is out of the Super Attractor. I haven't really used these. And I'm not a tarot card reader, so I thought something like this, like an oracle deck or something, would be probably pretty easy for me to get and understand. And I did a video earlier, and I had pulled a card, but the phone had cut out on me. I figured out how to get rid of some of the mess in there. Alright, I'm going to pull a card out. Alright, see what you guys say. When I introduce joy to a situation, I change the vibrational frequency of what's happening around me. So, this is kind of, I'm sure it's reading backwards to y'all, so I'm not going to make you dizzy. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I mean, earlier it's kind of like live every life to the fullest and bring joy to every situation. So anything y'all do, you step out, step out of bed. Don't go, God, my back hurts. I'm so tired. The sinuses are killing me. Think of, it's going to be a wonderful day. Sometimes that's hard to do when your body hurts or you can't breathe. And one of the things that I do I never wanted a dog to sleep with me, but one of my Bassets does. My service dog sleeps in her kennel. That's where she prefers. But I get up in the morning and I give Presley big old kisses and hugs, and I sing to her. Because she is not going to have a day if I don't at least get in her annoying little song. So I'm not even going to sing it to y'all. But she lives for it. And by doing that, it changes my whole thinking. It is like, who can be in a bad mood when you got Basset Hounds? Well, you can't, really. I mean, you just can't. So whatever you can do to lift that vibration up and enjoy life. I don't think I enjoy it enough sometimes. When I say I enjoy it, I mean, I don't think I get out and explore and do and really experience. But I'm not unhappy. I'm very content, but I could use some more excitement. I really could. I probably need a vacation away from Texas. Instead of going to my aunts and uncles down in Rockport, Texas, I could probably get on that plane and fly somewhere and go, wow, I can't believe I'm doing it. Hey, the one thing is, talking about when it's your time, one of the things I thought was, for example, I'm on a plane and the thing's going down, and it's like, what if it isn't my time? This is going to hurt. It's going to hurt really bad. So you got to try to not think that way either, I guess. But it's a fact. If you're in a car wreck or plane crash or whatever happens, and it's going to hurt. No, I don't like hurting. I'm tired of hurting. So, anyway. Listen, I love you guys. Please, thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And I hadn't talked to y'all since Tuesday, so this Thursday. So I'm doing good. I'm trying to get back on track, and hopefully maybe do a little more. But that was my message today. Was I guess I don't know if I did or not tell y'all that I'd had a vision of just a lot of people exiting, and it's starting. So I love you. I wish you much peace, happiness, and joy. So keep in touch. Likes, notification, share with a friend, whatever it is you're supposed to do to all this mess. Help my algorithms build up a little bit. And go watch something good. Man, there's some good psychics and people. I mean, y'all know who they are. You found me. So you probably found me through from watching him. So I appreciate it, though. So just still trying to build my numbers up. Did I mention Little Man? Yeah, he's on the couch with Presley, and he's all snuggly wuggly. So, oh my God, I did that. I just went there with a rhyming goofies. All right, I love you. Behave yourself. I was going to say, don't do anything I wouldn't do, but that wouldn't be behaving yourself. Bye, y'all. Oh, wee.